sowing hatred and fear. Dozens of protesters, led by extremist Buddhist monks, stormed this building housing 31 Rohingya refugees from Myanmar.
This is a terror group that lived in Myanmar. We saw in recent times they murdered monks, killed women and children, and also attacked 18 police stations and an army camp. Finally, Aung San Suu Kyi attacked and expelled them.
Some of those taking part in the attack had been encouraged by live videos streamed on social media, urging people to join in. The United Nations Refugee Agency declined an Al Jazeera request for an interview, but in a statement said, "The UNHCR is alarmed and concerned at yesterday's incident at a refugee shelter housing mostly women and children. UNHCR emphasizes that refugees are victims of violence and persecution and need international protection and assistance." But that appeal went unheeded as the Sinhala Nationalist Force staged a demonstration outside the UN headquarters in Colombo. It accuses the refugee agency of interfering in Sri Lanka's sovereignty, which it says is being threatened by the group of Rohingya. The lawyer for the group says the refugees feared for their lives as violent demonstrators tried to break down the gate of the safe house behind me, stoned windows and even scaled the walls as the police stood by watching. The Rohingya Muslims have now been moved to a detention center in Busa in the south, supposedly for their own safety. Al Jazeera obtained this video filmed inside the facility. Women and young children housed in a row of cells usually used for prisoners and terror suspects. The refugees were shaken by the siege of their safe house on Tuesday, but say they are just glad to be alive and will make the best of their new lodgings. The Sri Lankan government described the monks who led the protests as animals.
I would like to condemn in the strongest possible terms the attack against Rohingya refugees who were under the care of UNHCR yesterday in Mount Ravenna by a group of thugs in robes.
The refugees are waiting for their applications to be placed in a third country to be processed by the UNHCR. Binel Fernandez, Al Jazeera, Colombo.